Okay, hello and welcome everybody to this week's Sigstore meeting, which comes after 2 weeks. I had a little break last week as a bunch of folks got a chance to meet face-to-face at the Open Source Summit and OpenSSF Day, which hopefully we can get an update on later. For the previous meeting a couple of weeks ago, that's up on YouTube, and I've got the link there in the meeting notes. So we'll kick off with the project round robin, then go into outreach and other updates, and then finish off with introductions for anyone who's new or relatively new, or just wants to say hi because they haven't spoken up for a while. Okay, and Santiago has found a way in, so I'm glad that's resolved. Okay, jumping into project round robin. Do we have anything for Rico?
I know there's a new release this week. I think it's 0.8.0. But other than that, I don't know of anything.
I think there's even one newer than that. I think it's 0.82 is now live.
0.82, yes, that's the one. Yeah.
And yeah, any links you can drop in there, folks.
Yeah, I've got it here.
It's a nice update. And moving on to Fulcio.
There's no updates.
And Cosine.
One thing to say there, I don't remember if this happened a couple weeks ago or not, but we moved a bit of the logic around tough out of cosine into Sigstore. I imagine we'll continue doing that with some of the other core functionality that needs to be used by tools like getSign, so that getSign's not having to pull in all of cosine in order to use those library calls.
Sounds good. So remind me, so Sigstore is like common libraries so they can be shared across the various subprojects. Is that the idea?
Yeah, exactly. Previously, it was mostly just some core X509 parsing logic, some stuff around PEM and DARE encodings. I think there was some OAuth flow stuff in there. Pretty lightweight, mostly just some of the core security things. But we'll want to continue moving things there, I think, and also talk more about what exactly quote unquote cosine as a library looks like. Basically making a Golang version of the library. I know some people have been thinking about this too. Jason's on the call. He might have some thoughts on this too.
Do we have a Jason? And Azra, do you want to bring up the point you have in chat?
Oh yeah, sure. It was just a minor comment about that. I think like I've seen on some cosine PRs, and like not that I have like a if I guess if I really want this done, like I would help move some of this stuff from Sigstore to Sigstore Recore and stuff. But I think my personal opinion is that like when there's stuff that's like specific about like Recore entry parsing or finding Recore entries or things like that, that like ideally they should live near the code of Recore rather than in Sigstore. But that's like my personal opinion. And if you think that that is nice, like maybe also do that too.
Okay, so making it clearer, yeah, common code can go in there, but then anything that's used deliberately by a subproject that's not shared. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, okay. Let's see, +2. Yeah, and I don't hear from Jason, but let's move on and we can come back if folks want to get back to that. So let's go to getSign.
Yeah, so a few updates here. I haven't cut a new release yet, so this isn't. This is only available on GitHub if you build from source. But there's 2 new features that have been sort of highly requested for a while. One is credential caching. So this uses a local socket to basically cache Recore certs for basically their 10-minute lifetime. So if you want to do like a multi-commit rebase, you can do everything with the same private key certificate pair. And then the other thing is out-of-band OAuth support. So thanks, Bob, for helping me out here. So you can actually use Git sign in an SSH session or somewhere where you don't have a browser necessarily available on the local machine. So check it out. If you have feedback, let me know.
Nice. And they should be making it into an upcoming release version?
Yeah, it's whenever I feel like cutting a release.
Nice. Biggest quality of life improvement of the year. The comments from Santiago. Great. Anything else on Git sign? Questions about those features? Okay, so moving on to the Java integration. I added this one. I don't know if Patrick or Apu, but I'll just mention quickly. We are having a go with moving this meeting to Wednesdays. It's now at an earlier time, and the main thinking was that we could collaborate with some folks in Europe and make it easier for them to attend the meeting. So we're going to try it at that time slot to see if it actually has the desired effect, so that a couple of folks have expressed interest from joining from Germany and other parts of Europe will actually be able to attend.
Yeah, I don't think we have any like technical updates, so we can keep going.
Okay, thanks. Anything on the Python side of the world? No. And any other language integration updates? Okay, and on to Root.
Hey, so quick update on this. We have a V4 milestone in here, which I will link in over there. I am working on a number of PRs addressing them right now. They're open. So if you want to take a look at, especially some doc PRs too, even for readability, that'd be nice. And the schedule is on the Sigstore maintainer calendar, which I will also drop in the link in just 1 second. That's scheduled for July 12th. So I will likely next week put in a maybe like link over there to help do verification. So if you're available that day, please subscribe.
So on that note, would it help to have like more tough, knowledgeable people help you with some of the PRs for the V4 milestone, or?
Yeah, I can, if you're interested, Santiago, is that like a yes, I'm interested, or was that like okay, cool. I can link you in like to specific issues that would be great for, awesome, we'll do.
Paint would be fantastic. I think we're getting better every time we do like a root rotation, but happy to help.
Thank you.
Nice. No, thanks for that, Ezra, and thanks for dropping in the link to the calendar for folks. Okay, moving on to Sigstore GA. Who wants to go first on that one?
Sure, I'll jump in. Just this heads up, we're moving all of the projects to a dedicated GCP organization that will be able to lock down a bit more. So the organization's being created, and I'd like to move the staging project to the organization this week. Should be a no-op, but there's a chance that things go wrong.
Yeah, the other thing to note on that is that also unblocks us, hopefully the final issue before we can move all of the outstanding issues and tags into a public repo. So we can be point folks to that issue list if there are folks that want to learn more or get engaged. So.
Great. And what about on the timeline? Just conscious of the fact June is the day we had on the website. And I think we had talked about updating and giving folks an update on what to expect for the GA. Are we in a position where we can update those pages, and what should we be saying there?
Yeah, the short version is we'll be posting a blog post this week out on the community site that kind of reiterates kind of the current position and kind of the plan going forward, based on a lot of the work that the GA kind of sub team has been doing, as well as discussions of the TSE. So Once that blog post goes live, then we can update the websites accordingly.
Perfect. So yeah, just have things linked to it and talk about the new plans. Great. Look forward to that. Okay, anything else on GA? Okay, so moving on to the logo refresh. I wanted to add in a section as well, since we do have the new main logo for Sigstore. And I noticed some folks have started to roll it out onto various places, but it's not quite consistent. But for now, I thought, yeah, if you have made an update, it's nice to just share it here. And yeah, at some point, we can create a running list of all the outstanding places we need to update it. So in the spirit of that, yeah, thanks to whoever updated it on Twitter. And also, I want to give a shout out to Adam, who went ahead and I'll show you this, added it to the CDF landscape. So it sort of links in Sigstore there and puts in links to GitHub, the best practices badge, and even tweets. So that's quite nice. And Adam, are you on the call actually?
Yeah. We got the CNCF as well. Adam's not, but I am. Can I make a quick comment? I am.
Oh, I can hear Adam. It's just very soft.
Oh, sorry, I always forget I have to turn the gain way up for Google. Yes, I am here. It's on the CNCF as well. Sorry, David, to interrupt. So that got merged over the weekend, and I don't know what the value. I mean, CNCF is ridiculous now at how big it is, but you can notice our logo. You can see it.
I'm saying, where's Wally? Is it in the security
Oh,
section?
it's right there. I'm pointing at it.
You're gonna have to help me out with some coordinating.
So it does stand out. Sorry, David, what were you saying?
Oh, it's the same old ridiculous thing I keep telling everybody, but if we can maximally make it clear that get sign isn't a DCO, everyone knows that get sign is -s. You add a text line to the commit. If you think you have anything to do with digital signatures, we've got to make that clear every single time, because everyone already does get sign.
So does that relate to the context of the logo? Because
yes, even for the logo, if there's,
No,
I don't know if there's a way. I don't know if there's a way to emphasize that. But if you say get sign, everybody knows what it is. That's not digital signing. So I don't know how we solve that, but if there's a way to make it clear, even in the logo, and if we can't, as soon as someone clicks on it, make it clear that we're talking digital signatures and not a text entry. Yeah, this also falls on get issue. A lot of people think that's true. That is a problem. We're 20 years late. That ship sailed.
Confusion in tech language is going to be an ever-present thing.
It's going to be. I'm going to keep bringing it up because it's going to be a constant problem. It's just we need to really bang the drum. This is digital signature. This is not adding a line of text. And as many ways as we can do it.
Moving on to Git sign logo with all those caveats from David. I do want to point out we have some new logo concepts. I put them in this issue and also shared them in Slack. Thanks for the folks who've already dropped some comments in. But yeah, please go ahead and either comment in Slack. Oh, you can even let us know now. But here's some of the various options that came up. Any comments at this stage? Okay, so yeah, please take a look. And then also the other issues open on the logo refresh too, which includes kind of just brand colors. And we had a lot of feedback on the other logo, so we've passed that feedback on, and we're waiting for the next drop. And I'll let folks know when we've got updates for that. But yeah, and in general, if you do start to see places with the old logos, do send PRs or updates, and maybe at some point we can include that in a blog post, maybe with one of the kind of monthly updates going out on Sigstore. Okay, so moving on to outreach and events. Sorry. Sorry, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Just having to yell stuff across the house. Open SSF Day and Open Source Summit. Who do we have folks who managed to attend and can share some overview and any interesting talks, discussions related to Sigstore that happened there?
I know Priya's talk went down well on digital signatures, and Sigstore was coming up on a lot of talks. I know that's not been very specific, but so many talks that I did manage to get to is a lot of chatter about Sigstore. So yeah.
No, that's cool.
Actually, I'm getting slightly confused with the open source security supply chain con as well, but the open SSF as well.
Yeah, the lines were very blurred, but there was also an interesting talk from Asra about like, the salsa verifier. I think it also connects with the Sigstore system pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, very much. Yeah.
Nice. Look forward to those talks being posted online as well. Check this out.
Azra's talk stood out head and shoulders over. This wasn't my favorite conference of the year, but it was nice to hear Sigstore and Azra. The quality of Azra's talk was well above most that I saw.
Awesome. Anyone else who was there has anything else to add?
I also just chime in. I was at the Ask the Expert session for Sigstore, and I had a lot of people come up about like from like what is Sigstore to like, oh, I have this specific case and I want to use it. So I have like 3 or 4 follow-ups. So you'll start to see some issues being filed. I wrote down like a rough list, but they have everything to do with like I want to use Sigstore on Bitbucket and things like I also would love to learn more about how Recor's in toto attestation types are working. So you'll start to see more stuff thrown out over there and people being looped in on Slack. So look out for that today.
Yeah, and do we capture these anyway formally, or is it just a case of discuss in Slack, have it answered and then make its way into the code and documentation?
Actually, I think it might be worth doing like an OSS Summit recap. Like I'm happy to share my Ask the Expert stuff in there, but if we want like a whole like sort of OSS Summit recap doc with every like all of, you know, ours, Priya's, and any other Sigstore talks, that'd be great.
I wonder if we want to write a blog post or something. That may just be cool for people to kind of see all that happened.
Yeah, I can start with my my like recap on like stuff people came up to me about, and then I can at least share notes next weekly. And if people want to like create that and add it into a blog post, I can.
Yeah, I'd love to see your notes, so that works for me. And maybe we can coincide the blog post with when the talks become available, because then we can link directly to those, and that will be quite nice to re-highlight them to folks.
That'd be awesome. Actually, like, sorry if I like miss this, but what is the date that the talks go live on YouTube?
I don't know if anyone from LF or OpenSSF has an answer, but yeah, it's typically a week or 2 after the event. It's fairly speedy.
Okay, awesome. That's good.
Okay, nice. Sigstore at KubeCon North America. I think no update on that. We're waiting to see what room options and options we might have to run a colo and potentially have a booth, but nothing from my side. I don't know if Luke, you had anything to add on booth side of the things?
I'm sorry, I just switched off for a second there. Booth at the next event, next KubeCon.
Yes.
We could certainly do one. Yeah, I'm sure we can find the budget to do that. So I could always make inquiries, but sounds like a good idea. I guess, is there, I mean, not to delve into it now, but is there expected to be a few folks there? We're going to have good coverage for staff in the booth.
Yeah, no.
I'll definitely be there.
Cool.
Just as one data point.
Okay, sure. Great. Yeah, I'll find out.
Yeah, saying we're looking into.
Yeah, we can do a startup booth like we did before.
Nice. Great. Okay. Yeah, the training course. David Wheeler, do you want to say more on that?
Not much more. Just, hey, if you didn't know, there's now a training course. There's a link. There's the title. It's an 8-hour course. You can see all the details.
I think, is Lisa on the call? I think she helped prepare it.
Yeah, I'm here. We're very happy that this course is up, and we are going to expand the course over time. And we're really excited about it. We're doing some blog posts about it, and any feedback, I'm happy to. John Speed Mayers and I are happy to take feedback directly, because we'll continue to iterate on it. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm certainly seeing a lot of excitement about this, and it was nice to see. It looked like it got announced on the big screen at the event last week, and here we have over 100 folks already registered for the course, so that's pretty amazing. It's not even been out for a full week yet. Nice. Okay, open source security podcast.
I dropped that in. I don't know if this is exactly the right place to put it, but it was a nice acknowledgement, basically going over why signing hasn't worked, and then just with a whole bunch at the end around, except for Sigstore. Sigstore is doing great. This all sucks, but Sigstore is amazing. So it's at least pretty fun to listen to, and a decent podcast. Besides, I'm not on it.
Perfect. Yeah, no, thanks for that recommendation, and highlighting that as well. That's nice to hear. I'll take a listen. Okay, and case studies. I'm trying to think if I added this in. I think in general, we're still looking for folks who want to share their case studies on how they're working with Sigstore. I think end user case studies are always great on how folks are using it internally, as well as integration case studies of how you integrated Sigstore into your tool to just make it that much simpler for folks to use it in conjunction with other software. Folks, I guess the call to action is just to reach out to me if you're interested in this, and we've got some folks who can help us do the write-ups and then submit that to the Sigstore blog for consideration. Okay, Okay, we've covered the Sigstore course earlier. I'm going to get rid of that. Any other business folks want to highlight? Okay, if there's nothing new, then let's go on to introductions. Anybody want to say hi, who's joining for the first time, or reintroduce themselves? Yeah, Tom, go ahead, please.
Hello, my name is Tom Toffel. I'm with Red Hat, and I want to say hi. It's my first time here. I'm with Operate First, and we will be looking into helping you out and learning from you as well on the community managed Sigstore instance. So we will be trying to help that there, share our experience there, and also give our hands to business to help you do that.
Great. Yeah, glad to have you here. Welcome. Okay, anybody else? Okay, I think that brings us to the end of the call today. So thanks everybody for joining. And yeah, our next call is next week, and there's the Java Sigstore call tomorrow if folks are interested. Thanks very much and have a good week.